Hi everyone, this is Rose Fres Fausto, FQ Mom, and today I am at the Harvard Business School. This could probably be the world's most prestigious learning institution, and with me here is Associate Professor John Beshears. You know, John, I'm a big fan of yours.
I appreciate that.
Because of your work on behavioral economics, specifically on the financial behavior of households as affected by the organizations that they're in. Tell us more about that.
Sure. So what I specialize in my research is behavioral economics applications to financial decision making. So understanding how consumer psychology can inform the approach that we use to change the environment in which people are making, say, a retirement savings decision, and help them reach better outcomes. So, in a nutshell, that's what I'm out there to do, and I have a whole wide range of projects touching different points of the individual's financial journey.
I know, and maybe can you just share with us what are your top three? I mean, with all the work.
Personally?
Yeah. Your top three nudges when it comes to improving the saving and investing behavior of a person.
Oh, great. So top three nudges in general, not limited to myself. Well, one
Okay,
I will mention is something that I've done work on, and I think it's just a critical choice architecture intervention that we can deploy. And that's using automaticity and defaults in retirement savings plans.
So you automate.
Yeah, and the idea here is someone arrives as a new employee at a firm. Instead of saying, just let us know if you'd like to sign up for the retirement savings plan, what you say instead is, you're going to be signed up for the retirement savings plan. You're free to opt out, but unless you let us know otherwise, you're going to be contributing X% of your pay every pay cycle, and it's going to be invested in a default investment vehicle for you. And my research, as well as the research of others, including some of my collaborators like Bridget Madrian, David Lapson, and James Troy, has shown that changing the default from non-enrollment to enrollment just makes a night and day difference in terms of retirement plan participation and retirement plan contributions. Of course, I should mention, just in the same breath, the wonderful Save More Tomorrow work
of Richard
Thaler and Shlomo Bernard, which is all sort of adding to this constellation of research findings on the power of automaticity in helping people save.
Yeah, so another one?
Oh, yeah, of course. I can keep going. So here's one that
I asked for three, so you gave one.
So I've given one. Let's do two. There's a beautiful study by Goda, Manchester, and Sojourner. It's what they did was, with university employees, is they conducted an experiment where some employees got regular communication about what it means to contribute to a retirement plan, how much of your paycheck is going to go if you, say, choose 5%. And others were told, here's how a given amount of retirement savings will ultimately translate into a projection, but our best projection of retirement income when you reach older age.
Instead of just the accumulated amount.
Yeah, so instead of thinking about it as we're building towards a balance, we're building towards, here's a steady stream of income that you'll be able to receive. And just making it a little bit more concrete and tangible for people. Tended
more
to,
relevant to the person.
Yes, exactly. Tended to make people more prone to say, yeah, sign me up, I'm going to boost up my retirement savings contribution rate.
Okay, and your top three, and
Number
your last
three,
one of the three?
This one is pretty fun. So there are two researchers, Chris Bryan and Hal Hirschfield, who collaborated on this one. And what they were working off of was this notion that we can think of ourselves over time almost as different people. So there's today John, and tomorrow John.
That's
and,
also
and John.
a favorite of mine.
Oh, great. Yeah, so in one particular study I have in mind, there's a whole line of work that supports this set of ideas. But one particular study I have in mind, they looked at folks who feel a close connection to their future selves versus folks that don't. And they showed half of people messaging about, don't you feel social responsibility? Let's really sort of view retirement savings as a way of taking social responsibility for that other person, your future self. The people who feel a close connection to their future self end up saving more in the retirement plan. The people who don't feel such a connection don't save more in response to that sort of messaging. So I think that covers three nudges.
Yes, and I think I mentioned this in one of our sessions, that we did a Filipino version of of this experiment.
You did, yeah.
We all
That's
defied,
fantastic.
and we added one group. So there's a control group, the one that is all defied, and then we added one which makes you look gorgeous.
Oh, yes, yes.
Remember that?
You called it the Hollywood version.
The Hollywood
right?
version.
I love it.
So watch out for the result of that experiment.
Okay.
Okay. Just two more. John, can you share with us a childhood money memory that you think affects the way you relate with money the way you do now?
Yeah, this is tougher, but
That's a tough one.
So actually, some of my one of the first times I became really aware of money was when I was much younger, and I was actually in a church choir. So I was a treble, a boy soprano in a church choir, and every once in a while, it wasn't a very frequent occurrence, but we would give concerts.
Yes.
For which tickets were sold, and really more as a token than anything. It wasn't like a major money-making opportunity, but each of us who were choristers in the choir would receive a pretty small amount of cash. But what I tended to do with that money was save it up until it made a useful bundle, and then I would buy gifts for my family members. And for me, like, again, this is one of my sort of first experiences where I remember being truly conscious of the concept of money. And for me, I think that's sort of carried through in the way I think about money as well. You know, actually, money is really a wonderful vehicle for being able to take care of and do nice things for people you love. So that's often the way
you treat money.
I treat money. That's right.
Okay. Any message to the Filipino people?
I take it money related.
Sure.
Okay.
Money.
So it'll be different from think of money as something that you can use to take care of people you love. Although that is important. I do like that one. But maybe what I'll say is that money, when it's in your hand or in your pocket or in any other place that's easily accessible, is going to be spent. That's almost a physical law. Of course, it's a law of human behavior, but it's an incredible regularity. People tend to spend whatever their paycheck is, and then frankly, sometimes they run out before the end of the month. But this is a constant struggle for so many people. So a technique I would recommend to try to combat this tendency, which we all share, is to, right when you receive money, say from a paycheck or from any other source, make sure that you put some aside in a way that not only is safe, but is also is sort of less accessible. So an investment is a great opportunity because the whole point, the way people tend to think about investments, it's there for the long run. And there's at least a little bit of a psychological wall protecting money once it's in
a barrier.
Some sort of investment. And if you really need it, you'll be able to access it. But hopefully you only access it when you really need it, and then it can grow for the long run, improve your and your family's future financial security.
So, John, thank you very much for your time,
Very
sir, my professor. So let's all greet our viewers.
Sounds great.
Cheers to high FQ.